What goes up must come down. Spinning wheel, got to go round. Talking about your troubles, it's a crying sin. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel spin. You got no money, you got no home. Spinning wheel all alone. Talking about your troubles and you never learn. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel turn. Carnivals and cotton candy, carousels and calliopes, fortune tellers and glass cases. We will always remember these merry-go-rounds, quickly turning for you and me, and the whole world madly turning till you can see. We're on a carousel, a crazy carousel, and then we go around, and then we go around, and then we spin around, and high above the ground, and down again around, and up again around. So high above the ground, we feel we gotta yell. We're on a carousel, a crazy carousel, we're on a Ferris wheel, a crazy Ferris wheel, a wheel within a wheel, and suddenly we feel the stars begin to wheel, and down again around, and up again around, and up again around. So high above the ground, we feel we gotta yell. We're on a carousel, a crazy carousel. Carnivals and cotton candy, carousels and calliopes, crazy clowns chasing brass rings, soda pop and rock candy trees, merry-go-rounds quickly turning for you and me, and the whole world madly turning so you can see. We're on a carousel, a crazy carousel, and then we go around, and then we go around, and then we spin around, and high above the ground, and down again around, and up again around. So high above the ground, we feel we gotta yell. We're on a carousel, a crazy carousel, we're on a Ferris wheel, a crazy Ferris wheel, a wheel within a wheel, and suddenly we feel the stars begin to wheel, and down again around, and up again around, and up again around. So high above the ground, we feel we gotta yell. We're on a carousel, a crazy carousel, a crazy carousel, we're on a carousel, and someone's waiting just for you. Spinning wheels, spinning true. Drop all your troubles by the riverside. Catch a painted pony, let the spinning wheel ride.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we'd like you to meet our wonderful friend, Jimmy Durante.
How are you, girl?
Just great.
You know, that song you sang was almost as pretty as the four of you put together.
Oh, thank you. I suppose you'll be singing a song too, won't you?
You suppose? Of course I'm going to sing.
Good.
If I didn't, there wouldn't be no point in being an Italian.
I bet it's a sentimental song, Jimmy.
It sure will be. I like to live dangerous.
A sentimental song is dangerous?
You know something? I'll never forget one night I was out with this beautiful gal. There were strolling violins and candles on the table, and there I was singing to this ravished beauty. But every time I got close to her lips, my nose got too close to the candle. It sure was a fiery evening.
This could be very upsetting.
Upsetting? Did you ever try to get romantic while somebody's extinguishing your nose with a bottle of wine?
And with that experience, Jimmy, you're still going to get sentimental?
I got it. It's one of the most important things in my life.
Go ahead, Jim. Go ahead.
In the hustle of today, we're all inclined to miss little things that mean so much. A word, a smile, a kiss. When a woman loves a man, he's a hero in her eyes. And a hero he can always be if he'll just realize she may be weary. Women do get weary wearing the same shabby dress. And when she's weary, try a little tenderness. You know she's waiting, just anticipating things she may never possess. While she's without him, try a little tenderness. It's not just sentimental. She has her grief and care, and a word that's soft and gentle makes it easier to bear. You won't regret it. Women don't forget it. Love is their whole happiness. It's all so easy. Try a little tenderness. It's all so easy. Try a little tenderness.
You are watching Jimmy Durante presents the Lennon Sisters Hour with tonight's guests Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, special guest star Joey Bishop, and extra added attraction O.C. Smith.
It's a great pleasure to introduce one of the really great singers of today. He's been having one hit record after another. Here is O.C. Smith.
My, just look at Daddy's little man. Stand up, let me take a look at you. My, you must have grown about a foot or two since last weekend. Let's run in, wash your face and hands. I want to take a little walk, have a little talk with Daddy's little man. My, just look at Daddy's little man. Oh, I don't want to batter your mud pie. Looks appetizing, but I think I'm gonna pass it by this time. I got a dime right here in my hand. I wanna buy some ice cream and walk down by the stream with Daddy's little man. Now you be careful with that ice cream cone. Mommy's gonna tan your hide. Speaking of Mommy, she all right. Does she go out a lot at night? No, I I don't think bullfrogs bite. Does mommy still see Mr. Jones? You know, the man who took you for a ride. Does she ever look at you and cry? Yes, I see the butterfly. No, that's just something in my eye. Remember that muscle you used to show me all the time, man? Well, why don't you let me see it again? Yeah, that's it. You better kiss me bye-bye now. Time just seems to fly somehow when you're having fun. I gotta run. I'll call you when I can. Maybe Sunday I can go to the show. Well, with Daddy's little man. Daddy's little man.
Wonderful family of yours.
Oh, the kids are great, and so is the wife, Janet.
Good. Her name is Lorraine, isn't it?
Yes, I call her Sweet Lorraine, but sort of sweet and sour.
You sound like you have a great marriage.
I do. I really do. You see, both Lorraine and I realize that in order to have a happy marriage, it's a game of give and take, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I give and she takes. You gotta give a little, take a little, let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
That's the story of,
Yeah,
the story and the glory of.
you gotta laugh, cry a little before the clouds roll by a little. Yes, that's the story of, that's the glory of love. Hey.
Another bride, another June, another sunny honeymoon, another season, another reason for making whoopee. A lot of shoes, a lot of rides. The groom is nervous.
Yeah.
He answers twice. It's really killing.
Yes,
And he's so willing
yes.
to make whoopee.
Listen, you gotta give
Another bride,
a little, take.
another June,
Yeah,
sunny,
let your poor heart break a little.
another season,
That's the story of,
another reason
that's the glory
for
of
making
love.
whoopee.
Listen,
A lot of shoes,
oh, you gotta laugh,
a lot of rides.
you gotta cry.
The groom is nervous.
Oh, before the clouds roll by a little.
It's really killing
That's the story of,
that he's so willing
that's the
to
glory.
make whoopee.
Yes, it is. Listen. As long as there's the two of us, if we got the world blowing all its charms. Listen, when the world is through with us, I know we've got each other's arms. Listen, got a wing,
He's washing dishes
a little loose,
and baby clothes.
A little.
So ambitious.
Always have the
Even
blues.
so.
A little.
But don't forget, folks,
That's the story.
that's what you get, folks.
That's the glory
For
of
making one
love.
thing.
Oh, love. And love's always in season.
And
That is the reason we're singing the glory of love.
We feel that our next guest, Joey Bishop, is one of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet.
Wait a minute, Diane. You're kidding. Joey Bishop? Peggy, Joey's nice. Well, how can you say that? Nice after the way he treated us on his show? Peggy, what are you talking about? What did he do? How quickly my sisters forget. Don't you remember? We came out to do our opening number. Remember, we just...
I don't care if Barbara Streisand is standing by. We've got the Lennon Sisters book, and they're coming out. Now, it's a great pleasure to bring out 4 talented and beautiful young girls. You've seen them grow up on television, and they have become very good friends of mine. Now, maybe none of you know them by their first names. They're Diane, Peggy, Kathy, and, what's the little one's name? The one with the pigtails that grew up all of a sudden. Ruth? No, Henry. No, Henry's a guy's name. Oh, what's the difference? We'll think of it later. Here they are, and let's give them a nice welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Lennon Sisters.
thank you for the smile upon your face.
Thank you very much. Just great. You never did it better. We'll be right back after this word from your local station. Money, money, money. We gotta make it.
Come to think of it, that was pretty bad. He forgot my name.
Well, in all fairness, kids, Joey does have a lot of commercials he has to do.
He didn't even know my name. Well, I really wouldn't have minded him cutting our song that way, but the way he went out to the audience and took over when the audience was asking us questions, that really did it for me. He forgot my name.
Here they are now, the Lennon Sisters. If you have a question, just raise your hand and then give us a moment to acknowledge you. Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to ask the girls if their new TV show will interfere with their family life.
Well, not actually, because in show business, you know, you can find time to work with the family and still find time to do a show. And knowing the kids, if it's a matter of, you know, the families not being raised properly, they'll get babysitters. I know these kids. They're very, very conscientious. Yes, you're entirely welcome. Yes, you have a question? Yes, sir.
Yes. I know it's impolite to ask a lady's age, so I'll ask which one is the youngest.
Well, actually, none of them are really young, you know. I mean, in the sense of being young. The youngest, what's the little one's name again with the pigtails? Ruth? Janet. Janet is, you're 23, right? Janet's 23. And then you add like 4 or 5 years to each one. That's the age of the Lennon Sisters. Okay? Was there anything else anybody would like to know? Anybody, I mean it, just raise your hands, anybody at all. If you'd like to know any questions or answers from the Lennon Sisters.
I think we should get even.
Hey, that's a great idea. Listen, when he comes out, why don't we give him a taste of his own medicine? Now, Jan, you go ahead and introduce him, okay? Right now, we'd like to bring out one of the nicest guys you'll ever want to meet, Mr. Jerry Bishop.
And I just tell you how happy and delighted I am to be on your show.
Thanks, Joey.
Okay.
What are you going to be doing for us tonight?
I thought I'd play a little solo, and I've chosen the Immortal Stardust.
Hey, wonderful. Great. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joey Bishop.
Thank you very much.
I just want you to know that Stardust is my favorite song, and I'm just thrilled you're doing it on our show. I think it's wonderful.
You're welcome. Da, da, da.
Joey, I'm sorry. I want to apologize for my sister Peggy shitting you, especially when you're playing your violin so pretty. I'm sorry.
It's a mandolin. People don't think this is all I know.
Just dying to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
I've never finished a song or anything.
But what's more important, the audience or your song?
Well, it's your audience if you think it's more important.
Oh, it is. It really is. Let's see. Let's have some questions from the audience. Who has a question? Is it man?
Yes.
Joey, you look so young. How old are you? He'll be 72 next November. Any more questions? I think this is a gentleman. Yeah.
Joey, what part of your program do you enjoy doing the most?
Breaking away for the commercials. Next question. Yes. Joey, are you planning to make any movies? Oh, he's going to make some as soon as he takes off a little weight. You know, a little heavy in the camera. You know what that does. Any more?
I have the strangest feeling, correct me if I'm wrong, that somewhere during this particular segment, the Lennon sisters are getting even with Jerry Bishop.
Oh, no.
Is it true?
No, of course not.
You're uptight because of something that happened on my show?
Why, Joey?
Can we kind of kiss and make up?
Yeah, all right.
All right?
Yeah, sure, Joey.
Can we do a number we did on my show? Remember the pretty little thing called Bubbles?
Beautiful.
All right, I'll start it, and then you can kind of fall in, okay?
Good.
Just a minute, Joey. You know, I'm sorry, but we have to stop here for a commercial. But you know something? I like the way you play that zither. So I'd like you to come to my dressing room and finish it for me in there, huh?
Street where old friends meet. I'd love to wander back someday. To you it may be old and sort of tumble down, but it seems a lot to folks in my hometown. Or poor, I still feel sure I'm welcome as the flowers in May. It's just a little street where old friends meet and treat you in the same old way. There's nothing left for me of days that used to be. I live in treasure chest, and though they do their best to give me consolation, I count them all apart, and as the teardrops start, I find a broken heart among my souvenirs. Among my
It's a real privilege to present to you two of the best-loved entertainers in the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans.
Thank you very much, Diane. You know, we're happy you have a show that we can be on.
Thank you.
We sure are, but isn't it kind of rough doing a television show every week?
Roy, what are you talking about? You know, we used to do movies faster than that. I remember we made a movie one time in a day. Oh, not only that, it was released before sunset.
Well, she's really just kidding. That picture didn't come out until the next morning, you remember? But really, it's, you can tell the way Dale's dressed, she's all gussied up that she's looking forward to this.
Well, not only that. You know, you girls used to be band singers, didn't you? Well, so did I. And you know yourself that a band singer, a girl singer in a band, always wears a long formal dress. Isn't that right? So I thought I'd do that for you tonight.
Well, I guess the way Dale's saying, she's going to do some band songs like they did with the old band.
Good.
Huh?
Love to hear
I
it.
sure am.
I'll get by as long as I have you. Though there be rain and darkness too, I won't complain. I'll see it through. Poverty may come to me, it's true, but what care I? Say I'll get by as long as I have you. You take a star from out of the sky, and the sky feels blue. Tear a petal from a rose, and the rose weeps too. Take your heart away from mine, and mine would surely break. My life is yours to make. Please keep the spark away. With you, a happy song. Without you, castles that fall. With you, I can't go wrong. Without you, chances are small. With you, my banners unfurl. Right here on top of the world. Without you, I'm just nothing at all. But I'm on top of the world. On top of the world. Right on top of the world. With you.
Mother. Now, here's a song that's been a favorite of mine for a long, long time. Let me stand with the grip of the plow in my hand on the good green acres of home, my land, where a friend is treasured and your wealth is measured by the strength of heart and hand. Let me live with the sun and the wind and the rain, while I plant my acres with golden grain. Let me build my love nest with a stick and stone on the good green acres of home. Let me live with the sun and the wind and the rain, while I plant my acres with golden grain. Let me build my love nest with a stick and stone on the good green acres of home, my home, the good green acres of home.
Be it ever so humble, wherever we may roam. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri. Everything's up to date in Kansas City. They've gone about as far as they can go. They went and built a skyscraper 7 stories high, about as high as a building ought to go. They've gone about as far as they can go. Yes, sir. They've gone about as far as they can go.
Kansas City, capital of mid-America, a major city on the move. Maybe that's why so many people are going there.
You know, might take a plane, might take a train, but if I have to walk, well, I'm going just the same. Kansas City, yeah, Kansas City, here I come. Whoa, they got some crazy way of loving. I'm gonna get me some. Well, I know they got a crazy way of loving, and I'm gonna get me some. Yeah, I'm
Many famous entertainers started in Kansas City. Ginger Rogers, Buddy Rogers, and our guest tonight, Roy Rogers. And speaking of entertainment, right now we take you to Kansas City's leading television kiddie show, starring Sheriff Roy and his sidekick, Deputy Dale.
Well, that's our show for this morning, little buckaroos. Now, don't forget tomorrow's Kiddie Film Festival. We'll be showing part 4 of The Dirty Dozen. So this is Sheriff Roy.
And Deputy Dale. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 6:30.
And you keep those cards and letters coming in. And speaking of letters, got a letter just this morning. It was postmarked on the hall. It was typed and neatly written off from me. This better job at higher wages, expenses paid and a car. But I'm on TV here locally, and I can't quit. I am a star, Kansas City star. That's why I are. You ought to lead a lady, you ought to see my car.
He comes on TV a grinning, a wearing pistols and a hat.
It's a kiddie show, and I'm a hero of the younger set.
He's the #1 attraction in every supermarket parking lot.
I'm the king of Kansas City.
No thanks, Omaha, thanks a lot.
Kansas City Star, that's what. Yodelee-ledy, I'm a Kansas City Star. That's what I are.
In the early days, Kansas City was one of the wildest towns in the West. But of all the infamous characters who walked the streets in those days, there was one man whose name alone could make brave men tremble in their boots. That name was Dead-Eye Durante.
On your feet, cowboy.
What?
Oh, pardon me. Now you know why they call me Dead-Eye Dick.
Yes, sir. Now, what can I do for you?
What can you do for me? You can give me a free drink, and then I'll do something for you.
Well, what are you going to do for me?
I'm gonna let you live.
Oh, thank you. What'll it be?
I'll have a shot of brandy, a shot of gin, a shot of bourbon, a shot of scotch, shot of vodka,
Well, would you like a twist of lemon?
If I want a lemonade, I'll order it. Hey, Kitty, come over here. I want to buy you a drink.
Hi, Dead-Eye.
There she is, Kansas Kitty. What do you want to drink, Kitty?
I'll have a double buttermilk.
Well, you must have a cast iron stomach.
Thank you.
I don't know how you can drink that stuff.
Dead-Eye, I gotta tell you something. I love you.
That buttermilk must have gone to your head.
Dead-Eye? Dead-Eye?
Keep talking pretty things in my ear.
Dead-Eye? You're the only guy for me, but you're in love with hundreds of girls.
That ain't true, Kitty. You're the only girl in the world for me. With one or two possible exceptions. Let me tell you, I left Frisco Cape swinging on that Golden Gate when Kansas City Kitty smiled at me.
He left Mon Pa out in Omaha
when Kansas City Kitty smiled at me.
I come from Missouri and I showed him like the Texas steer I buffaloed him.
Now every Jim and Jack got the well-known hack and sack when Kansas City Kitty smiled at me.
Kansas City Kitty, what?
When Kansas City Kitty smiled at me.
Oh gosh, that's me.
That's me too. How about that?
But Big Bart's out there, Dead-Eye. Aren't you afraid to fight him?
Why should I be afraid?
Well, he might kill you.
I knew there was something.
But Dead-Eye, if you don't go out there, you'll be called a coward.
Let's see. If I start walking now, I should be in Abilene in 3.5 months.
But Dead-Eye, you must go out there and confront this villain so that the sanctity and purity of womanhood will be preserved.
Remember this at Emmy time, folks. Stand back, Kitty. I'm gonna do it now. It's okay, Kitty. He won't bother nobody again.
Dead-Eye, Dead-Eye.
I don't want to seem stupid, but why did you shoot me?
Why? Because you're big, Bart the Bad Man.
I'm not Big Bart the Bad Man. I'm Ben the Barber. What was that for?
For taking too much off the top. Okay, girls. It's safe for you to walk the streets of Kansas City, Kansas.
Kansas City, Kansas? This is Kansas City, Missouri, Deadeye.
I don't mind this show, but this is getting ridiculous. I come out here to play Stardust. Every time I played a few bars, they jumped in, okay? Then I finally went to I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles. You came in and you said something about your sister, whoever it was, okay? Now I come into this dramatic moment here, I get shot and I'm out of the play, okay? Good night, Lennon Sisters. Good night, Jimmy Durante. And good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are.
When I was a little child upon my mommy's knee, the old folks were humming, their banjos were strumming so sweet and low. Kansas City, I love you. Kansas City. Every time I stray away from Kansas City, I hurry back because I love it so. I get choked up every single time I think of Kansas City. Give me a place as pretty, pretty as Kansas City that you know. I love the folks because they give you their hand. Back in Kansas City in Dixieland. If you've a hankering to go, then go to Kansas City Road. And once you go there, you'll want to stay, and you'll never go away. Kansas City, and once you go
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for tonight. We want to thank our guests, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, and O.C. Smith. And Joey Bishop.
Who's going to be with us next week, Jimmy?
Thank you, girls. I thought you'd never ask. Next week, our guest will be Buddy Epson, Bobby Goldsboro, special guest star Martha Ray, and yours truly on the Lennon Sisters Hour. Yes.
In person.